All right, so today we are switching over to area. Area and perimeter kind of go hand in hand, but we're gonna kind of just hold on perimeter for a little bit and switch over to area. So you have area notes that you can print out. If you can't print them out, you need to write this on a piece of paper and make sure you have everything labeled the way that I have up here. You'll want to hold on to this. We're gonna kind of go step by step. So the area notes paper has 3 different types of polygons that we're going to do notes on. The first is the square, rectangle, which we're going to do today. And then there's also parallelogram and triangle, but we're going to do those each separately. So we'll just kind of be adding to this as we go along. So first of all, area is the measurement of the inside of a polygon. So where perimeter was the distance around the edge or outside of the polygon, area is the measurement on the inside. So like we can think of perimeter as fencing around a yard. We could think of area as like carpet in a room. You're covering the inside, the floor of that room, that would be area. Okay, so like I said, we're just going to be focusing on rectangles and squares. They use the same formula, so we're kind of putting them together. On your homework, you will have 2 pages with rectangles and then 1 page with squares, and there's only 9 on each page, so you should be fine. It's not like a ton of them on all those pages. So here, I have a rectangle. My length is 10 meters. My side, my width, is 5 meters. So this is a pretty easy formula. It is just length times width. So I would take my length, my 10, and I'm going to multiply it by my width, which is 5. So 10 times 5 is 50. Okay, so just like everything else, these have to have labels as well. And at the bottom of your notes page, we have some notes about the label that you'll want to highlight because it's super important and it's very easy to forget. And if you can't print this out, you want to definitely write this at the bottom and highlight it on whatever paper you have that you're writing your notes on, because it's a huge thing. So we are measuring in meters. So on area, you have to square whatever you're measuring. So this is 50 meters squared. So I have the little 2 up there to show squared, 50 meters squared. Another way to write that would be 50 square meters. They mean the same thing. So this one you would put the SQ period for square and then your M for meters. So you typing on a keyboard, it might be hard to do the square because I don't want you putting 50M with a big 2. I don't want that. The 2 has to be in like an exponent up in the air. So if you are not able to do that, you have to do the square meters like this. And if you don't have the label correct, those are points off. You will get a point off for every label that is incorrect. So just keep that in mind. It's also in your directions. So just pay attention to that. So essentially this is all we're practicing today, tomorrow, and the beginning of next week. So we're just doing squares and rectangles. They both share this formula, length times width. You just find the length and the width, you multiply them, and your label is squared. And again, you could do the squared with the little 2 up in the air, or you could do the square with the SQ period. Okay, so you'll have the 3 worksheets. Do not use a calculator. All of these numbers on these worksheets you should be able to do without a calculator. If you have made your multiplication chart like we did last year, you can use that, or you can just figure it out on a piece of paper. And we will talk to you later.